Do you want to know 100 fascinating curiosities about the world in the shortest time possible? Subscribe and we'll be starting with more Zarpato content right away. Boxfish have the peculiarity of having eyes on the sides of their heads, which allows them to have an almost 360-degree field of vision without having to move their heads. Many insects have the ability to blend in with their surroundings to avoid being detected by predators or to stalk their prey. Some examples include moths that resemble leaves and stick insects that camouflage themselves as branches. Behind Beyoncé's powerful stage presence and undeniable confidence lies a more reserved and shy Beyoncé in her personal life. To overcome this shyness and channel her energy on stage, Beyoncé created an alter ego called Sasha Fierce, where she can break free from inhibitions and unleash her full potential as a performer. McDonald's adapts its menu to local tastes in different countries around the world. For example, in India, McDonald's offers vegetarian burgers, and in Japan, it serves rice burgers and drinks like the McFizz. Did you know that in Scotland men wear skirts? In Scotland, the traditional garment that men wear is known as a kilt, not a skirt. The kilt is a Scottish skirt that is part of traditional male attire at formal events, ceremonies, and special occasions. It is an iconic garment that is associated with Scottish culture and is usually made from checkered fabric known as tartan, which identifies the clan or region to which the wearer belongs. Converse sneakers, known as Chuck Taylors after basketball player Chuck Taylor, have evolved from their creation in 1917 as sports shoes to become an icon of casual and urban fashion today. The famous dance scene between Uma Thurman and John Travolta in the film Pulp Fiction, released in 1994, was completely improvised. Quentin Tarantino simply gave them the music and asked them to dance as if they were in a dance contest. Montezuma Castle National Monument is a limestone structure in Arizona built by the Sinagua civilization over 800 years ago. Although it is called a castle, it is actually an apartment complex that is situated on a sandstone cliff and consists of several floors and rooms built from wood and adobe. Richard Linklater's film Boyhood was filmed over 12 years to capture the real growth of its main cast. These are Mason Evans Jr., the main character, from age 6 to 18. His mother, Olivia Evans, is played by Patricia Arquette, Samantha Evans, Mason's sister, and the father of the two brothers, played by Ethan Hawke. It was filmed over 12 years with the same cast. Although Mount Kilimanjaro is known for being the highest mountain in Africa and for its snow-capped peak, it is actually a dormant volcano made up of 3 volcanic cones: Kibo, Mwenzi, and Shira. Although Penelope Cruz is known for her roles in English-speaking films, such as Vanilla Sky, where she starred with Tom Cruise, her native language is Spanish. She is one of the most successful Spanish actresses in the international film industry. Chlamydosaurs, a type of lizard, are known for being extremely long-lived. These Australian native lizards, characterized by an elongated crest of skin that they can fan out when they open their mouths, have been recorded to live for more than 100 years in captivity. In the scene where Indiana Jones is chased by a giant stone ball, the ball weighed more than a ton and was made of fiberglass. The special effects team had it roll backwards to make it look faster on screen. Schwarzenegger first won the Mr. Olympia title in 1970 at the age of 23, becoming the youngest winner in the history of the competition. Morgan Freeman is a beekeeping enthusiast and has several hives on his ranch in Mississippi. Cairo, the capital of Egypt, is the most populous city in Africa, with around 20 million inhabitants and one of the oldest in the world, with a history dating back more than 4,000 years. The Sami are an indigenous people who live in the Arctic of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. They are known for their nomadic culture and for being experts in reindeer herding, which they use as a source of food, clothing, and transport. The most expensive dress in the world is the Nightingale of Kuala Lumpur, created by Malaysian designer Faizali Abdullah and decorated with 751 diamonds. It has an estimated value of $30 million. Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, has several world records to his name. Among them, he is the first man to cross the Atlantic in a hot air balloon and the first to cross the English Channel in an amphibian. Kopi Luwak coffee, originally from Indonesia, is one of the most expensive coffees in the world. What makes it unique is that the coffee seeds go through the digestive system of an animal called a civet before being harvested, which is believed to give it a distinctive, smooth taste. The Guinness record for the world's longest hair is held by a Chinese woman named Xi Quping, whose hair was over 5.6 meters long in 2004. The jackfruit is the largest fruit in the world and can weigh up to 55 kilograms. It is native to Southeast Asia and is known for its sweet taste and distinctive aroma. During the pool party scene in La La Land, Ryan Gosling actually played the piano live without any editing tricks or stunt work. Gosling underwent months of intensive training to learn how to play the jazz pieces featured in the film. Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester is the most expensive book sold at auction. It was purchased by Bill Gates in 1994 for over $30 million. Serena Williams has a twin sister, Venus Williams, who is also a world-renowned professional tennis player. The two have competed together in doubles tournaments and have a successful singles career. The oldest fashion magazine in the world is Harper's Bazaar, founded in 1867 in the United States. Its first issue focused on Parisian fashion and was a weekly publication. Roman Abramovich, the Russian tycoon and former owner of the Chelsea FC football club, is a leading figure in the world of wealth and luxury. His yacht Eclipse is a true wonder of the sea, known for its opulence and exclusivity. With a length of approximately 533 feet, the estimated cost of building the Eclipse is over $1 billion, making it one of the most expensive and luxurious vessels ever built. The Hongpao tea, originating in China, is considered one of the most expensive teas in the world. A single cup can cost thousands of dollars due to its rarity and quality. The Sword in the Stone, famous in the legend of King Arthur, actually exists in the Abbey of San Galgano in Italy. The sword is believed to have been driven into a rock by Saint Galgano in the 12th century as an act of renunciation of the material world. The top 3 Oscar-winning films are 3 films that won 11 awards. The first of these films is The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Another film that shares this honor is Titanic, directed by James Cameron. And last but not least is Ben-Hur from 1959, which follows the life of a Jewish nobleman during the time of the Roman Empire. Also managed to take home 11 Oscars. Although it is rare, male mice of the Alston's brown mouse species are capable of vocalizing in a tone that resembles birdsong. They do this to attract females during mating season. During the scene in the 1998 film The Big Lebowski, in which the dude played by Jeff Bridges hits a Corvette with a stick, Bridges accidentally broke one of the car's headlights. Her shocked reaction is genuine, and the scene was kept in the film. In ancient Egypt, cats were considered sacred and were highly revered. They were believed to have protective powers and were associated with the goddess Bastet. Cats were so highly valued that their death was a cause for mourning, and many Egyptian homes had cat statues for protection. The scene in Forrest Gump, where Forrest runs through a field during his transcontinental journey, was filmed in Monument Valley on the border between Arizona and Utah. This location has been used in many famous films, including several classic westerns. The Taj Mahal in India changes color during different times of the day due to sunlight. It looks pink at sunrise, white during the day, and gold at sunset. This phenomenon is due to the composition of the white marble it is made of. Unlike depictions in movies and TV shows, space has no air to transmit sound, so there is no sound in the vacuum of space. Scarlett Johansson has a twin brother named Hunter, who is 3 minutes younger than her. The Leshan giant Buddha, located in Sichuan province, China, is the largest stone-carved Buddha statue in the world. It is approximately 71 meters tall and was built between the years 713 and 803 during the Tang dynasty. Muay Thai is a martial art and combat sport originating in Thailand. Also known as the art of 8 limbs, it uses fist, elbow, knee, and leg, strikes to attack and defend. It is known for its intensity and versatility in combat, as well as its emphasis on mental strength and discipline. Rihanna is the richest music artist in the world, according to Forbes. In 2021, Forbes named Rihanna the richest music artist in the world, with an estimated fortune of over $1.7 billion. Much of her financial success comes from her makeup line, Fenty Beauty, and her lingerie brand, Savage X Fenty. Both brands say Fenty as it is her last name. In Antarctica, there there is a natural blood waterfall that flows from a glacier on Taylor Island. The waterfall gets its dark red color due to the oxidation of iron in the water, and although it looks like blood, it is actually extremely saline and acidic salt water. Film director James Cameron, known for films such as Titanic and Avatar, is an enthusiast of underwater exploration. He is the only human being to have descended solo to the deepest point in the ocean, the Mariana Trench, in a specially designed submarine. In the film Django Unchained, there is a scene where Calvin Candy, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, is in the middle of an intense and emotional argument with another character, played by Christoph Waltz. In a moment of fury and despair, Candy punches a table and accidentally breaks a glass with his hand. What makes this scene shocking is that DiCaprio's reaction was completely improvised and genuine. He actually cut his hand. Although commonly associated with French cuisine, French fries have their origins in Belgium. Quentin Tarantino's film, Pulp Fiction, got its title from the fictional pulp magazines popularized in the 1950s. These magazines often contained sensational and genre stories that inspired the film's narrative and aesthetic style. Barbie's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. Barbie, the popular doll, has a full name that is rarely mentioned. She was invented by Ruth Handler and named after her daughter Barbara. The Huli wig men of Papua New Guinea are known for their elaborate wigs, over 5 billion copies worldwide, made from human hair and bird feathers, which they wear as part of their traditional dress in ceremonies and rituals. The Danyang Kunshan Bridge, located in China, is the longest bridge in the world with a length of approximately 164.8 kilometers. It was opened in 2010 and spans the Yangtze River. The shooting stars we see in the sky are actually meteors that enter the Earth's atmosphere and burn up due to friction with the air. The Basset Hound is the breed of dog that has the longest ears. Known as the Blue City, Chefchaouen is famous for its streets and buildings, painted in blue and white. This city in northwestern Morocco is a popular destination for tourists looking to explore its narrow cobblestone streets, colorful markets, and calm, relaxed atmosphere. Nicole Kidman is the first Australian actress to win an Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance in The Hours in 2003. Papacolia Beach, also known as Green Sand Beach in Hawaii, is one of the few green sand beaches in the world. The green sand is due to volcanic minerals, such as olivine, found in the area. During the Apollo 14 mission in 1971, astronaut Alan Shepard made a historic mark by hitting 2 golf shots on the lunar surface. Using a makeshift golf club that he secretly carried with him, Shepard hit 2 golf balls, making him the first human to play golf outside of Earth. Romanesco, also known as Romanesco broccoli or Romanesco cauliflower, is a variety of cauliflower that is distinguished by its unique and distinctive appearance. One of the most fascinating features of Romanesco is its repetitive geometric patterns at different scales. Its florets are arranged in spirals that form a fractal-like structure, making it visually striking. In Sweden, there is the right to roam, known as allemansrätten. This law allows anyone to roam and camp freely in the wild, as long as private property and the environment are respected. Broccoli and cauliflower are both vegetables of the same species. The only difference between them is the way they are grown. Broccoli is an edible flower in the form of a tree, while cauliflower is a compact flower. Do you know what the most profitable movie in history is? It is the movie Paranormal Activity. This independent horror film, released in 2007, had an extremely low production budget of around $15,000 to $20,000, which is extraordinarily cheap for a Hollywood movie. Despite this modest budget, the movie managed to gross over $193 million worldwide, making it the most profitable movie in history. Approximately 70% of lightning that strikes the Earth falls on the oceans, because bodies of water are natural electrical conductors and cover most of the planet's surface. While Albert Einstein is famous for his genius in physics and the theory of relativity, he also contributed to the invention of the refrigerator. In 1926, together with his colleague Leo Szilard, they patented a refrigerator design that did not require electricity and used ammonia, butane, and water for cooling. Butterflies go through a metamorphosis process that includes 4 stages: egg, larva or caterpillar, pupa, and adult. This entire process takes 30 days. Before his political career as President of the United States, Ronald Reagan was a successful Hollywood actor. He appeared in more than 50 films, including Knute Rocken's All-American, a film based on a former American football coach in Kings Row, which tells the story of 5 friends in the American town of Kings Row before World War I. The Pepsi logo has undergone several modifications over the years. In 1898, the brand adopted its first logo, which featured the word Pepsi Cola in cursive. Since then, the logo has evolved to reflect design trends and brand identity, with notable modifications in 1950, 1962, 1973, and 2008. In the Kilimanjaro area, there live the Chagas, an ethnic group from Tanzania known for their terraced farming on the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro and their coffee production. They are also known for their traditional dances and cultural ceremonies. Despite its fame, the Titanic was not the largest ship of its time. The RMS Olympic, built and operated by the same company as the Titanic, a Northern Irish company called Harland & Wolff, was slightly larger and was launched before the Titanic. However, the Titanic remains most famous due to its tragic sinking on its maiden voyage in 1912. Dung beetles have been found to use the Milky Way as a guide to roll their droppings in a straight line, which helps them move in the dark. Tomatoes? Fruit or vegetable? Although commonly considered a vegetable, the tomato is botanically a fruit, as it develops from the ovary of a flower and contains seeds. Real wasabi, commonly used in Japanese cooking, is extremely expensive and rarely found outside of Japan. Most wasabi found on the market is actually a mixture of horseradish, mustard, and green food coloring. Jennifer Lawrence, known for her role in The Hunger Games, once auditioned for the role of Bella Swan in the Twilight Saga, but lost the role to Kristen Stewart. The Coffee Triangle in Colombia, comprised of the regions of Caldas, Quindío, and Risaralda, is famous for producing some of the world's finest coffee beans. Hyams Beach in Australia holds the Guinness record for having the whitest sand in the world. The sand is composed primarily of white quartz, giving it its distinctive bright white color. Derinkuyu is a fascinating ancient underground city located in the Cappadocia region of Turkey, with a depth reaching approximately 85 meters underground. This underground city has a remarkable architectural complexity, with an intricate network of passages, rooms, storage rooms, ventilation shafts, and water wells spread across multiple levels. It has been estimated that Derinkuyu could have housed over 20,000 people. Barack Obama won a Grammy Award in 2006 for his audiobook, Dreams from My Father, in the category of Best Spoken Word Album. Tardigrades are the world's most resilient beings. These tiny animals, also known as water bears, can survive extreme conditions such as the vacuum of space, high radiation, and extremely low or high temperatures. In addition to being one of the most successful rappers in the world, Jay-Z is also a successful entrepreneur. He has invested in multiple businesses, from the clothing brand Rocawear, a company he sold for $204 million, to the champagne company Armand de Brignac, where he owns 50% of the company, and even bought a Swedish streaming platform called Tidal. Sake, known as Nihonshu in Japanese, is a unique and revered alcoholic beverage in Japanese culture. It is produced from polished rice and water and fermented using a special fungus called kojikin, which converts the starches in rice into fermentable sugars. The scientific name of the coconut, Cocos nucifera, comes from the Portuguese term coconut, meaning little monkey or smiley face, due to the 3 holes in its shell that resemble a smiley face. PepsiCo, the company behind Pepsi, was founded in 1965 through the merger of Pepsi Cola and Frito-Lay. PepsiCo is now one of the largest food and beverage corporations in the world, with brands including Doritos, Tropicana, Gatorade, and Lay's. The film Die Hard was initially intended to star Arnold Schwarzenegger. However, Schwarzenegger declined the role, leading to the casting of Bruce Willis to play John McClane. They based the character Aladdin on Tom Cruise. British actor Benedict Cumberbatch is a direct descendant of Richard III of England, one of the most famous monarchs in English history. Giraffes do not have vocal cords. Instead of making sounds, they produce infrasounds that are inaudible to humans, but can be detected by other animals at a long distance. Turkey is the only country that is located on 2 continents, Asia and Europe. The The city of Istanbul, which is the largest city in Turkey, is located on both continents. Beyoncé is the woman with the most Grammy Awards in history, with a total of 28 awards. She is also the most nominated artist in the history of the Grammy Awards, with 79 nominations in her career. Do you know the origin of the names of the 5 continents? America comes from the name of Amerigo Vespucci, an Italian explorer. The name Europa comes from the Phoenician princess Europa. The name Africa is uncertain and has several theories. One of the most accepted theories is that the name comes from the Latin term Afar, which refers to the inhabitants of North Africa. The name Asia comes from the Greek term Asia, which originally referred to a small region of Anatolia, currently part of Turkey, and Oceania for the geographical connection of these islands with the Pacific Ocean. St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow is shaped like a flame. This cathedral, located on Moscow's Red Square, is famous for its brightly colored domes and unique design. It was built in the 16th century, and its design resembles the flames of a bonfire. Located in the Irish Sea between Great Britain and Ireland, the Isle of Man is known for its motorcycle races on public roads, particularly the Isle of Man Tourist Trophy, which has been held since 1907 and is considered one of the most dangerous events in the world of motorcycling. In Colombia, there is a river called Caño Cristales that is known as the River of 5 Colors. During certain months of the year, the water is filled with bright colors due to the presence of unique aquatic plants. The talented actress Natalie Portman speaks several languages fluently, including Hebrew, English, Spanish, French, German, and Japanese. This skill has allowed her to participate in films from different countries and cultures. Ethiopia, the only African country that was never colonized. Ethiopia is the only African country that was never colonized by European powers. This is due to Emperor Menelik II's successful resistance to Italian forces at the Battle of Adwa in 1896. Robins are migratory birds that are often associated with the arrival of spring. Their presence in many cultures is considered a sign of the breeding season and the beginning of spring after winter. In Japan, there are square watermelons. During World War I, a British soldier named Henry Tandy was on the Western Front in France when he came across a wounded German soldier. Instead of shooting him, Tandy let him go. Years later, Tandy learned that the German soldier was Adolf Hitler. Do you know the Dutch Venice? Giethoorn is a charming village in the Netherlands. What makes Giethoorn unique is that it has no roads. Instead, canals flow through the village, and the houses are connected by pedestrian bridges. Visitors can explore Giethoorn by boat, kayak, or bicycle, and enjoy the quiet beauty of this idyllic corner. During the filming of the opening scene in La La Land, the dance on the highway was filmed in just 2 days. A section of the highway was closed to film the scene, which was then digitally added to create the illusion of an empty road. The Cave of Crystals in Naka, Mexico is a natural wonder that is home to some of the largest crystals ever discovered on Earth. Located nearly 300 meters underground, this cave is known for its selenite crystals, a form of gypsum, that have formed over millions of years in an extremely hot and humid environment. The Crystal Cave is an inhospitable and dangerous place for humans due to its extreme conditions, which include temperatures that can exceed 50 degrees Celsius and nearly 100% humidity. In a scene from Fight Club, Edward Norton actually punches Brad Pitt in the ear. Brad's surprised reaction is genuine, as he was not expecting the blow. In addition to his namesake brand, Ralph Lauren is also known for his Polo Ralph Lauren sportswear line, which was launched in 1967. The Polo brand is recognized by its polo player logo. Don Quixote de la Mancha, written by Miguel de Cervantes, is considered one of the most influential books in the history of literature and the most widely read after the Bible. The Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, are a natural phenomenon that occurs in regions near the Earth's magnetic poles. These colorful lights are caused by the interaction of charged solar particles with the Earth's atmosphere. Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, is the first president in modern American history not to have held a political or military office before assuming the presidency. The Scoville scale measures the spiciness of peppers. The habanero pepper, one of the spiciest, can measure up to 350,000 Scoville units, while the bell pepper can measure 0 units. Canberra, the capital of Australia, was selected for the national capital in 1908 to avoid disputes between Melbourne and Sydney over the title of capital. In black and white cinema, blood can be any color. In the film Psycho, chocolate was used to simulate blood. And that's all. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more amazing content.